A big hello to all the viewers of Yearn to Learn. This is Priya Handa, and in today's video I am going to talk about questions, because questions matter. Yes, asking the right questions matter a lot in a classroom. It is the core of a meaningful learning experience to a child. So what sort of questions we ask and what is our objective? It further scaffolds the learning experiences and facilitates learning for students. So I'm going to share with you some 8 different type of questioning strategies, and as a teacher you decide at what point of time which sort of question you need to ask your students. It is always suggestive that we begin with the questions that are simpler in nature, like closed questions, and then move towards more reflective and extrapolatory questions. So let's begin. As I said, we should begin with a simple sort of questioning technique. So the first questioning technique is closed questions. Now what are closed questions? Closed questions are the ones which have 2 possibilities. They can be yes no types, or they can be very specific. They can be true false questions. For example, does the sun rise in the east? Or what is the square root of 4? So these are closed questions because their answer is specific. Either we are talking about the possibilities or we are talking about a fixed answer. So these are closed questions, very simple. So this is how we can begin, so the student knows exactly what is going to be the answer. Second type of questions are the opposite of the closed ones. So they are open questions. Now nothing can be more stimulating to a student than instead of telling what is the fact or what was written, sharing what he or she feels about it. For an example, a question like, after reading a story or a chapter, what do you think the narrator wanted to convey by sharing his experience with the grandmother? So this is like, how does a child perceive the situation, not what exactly was written in the text. This is more like an open-ended question. The third type of questioning technique is funnel questions. Now as you see, the shape of funnel is like this. So you start with more broad questions, the broader questions, and then go towards the closed ones. Or you can do the opposite as well, starting with the closed questions and then broadening the horizons for the children. So this is more like a series of questions than a single question. So these type of questions are called funnel questions. Let's take some examples. Did you enjoy the lesson? What did you like most about this chapter? What sort of thing would you like to add to this lesson? So these sort of questions are related and are more like in a series. So these are funnel questions. The next type of questions are rhetorical questions. Now these rhetorical questions usually do not require a response. Yes, you heard me right. So these are just emphatic in nature. For an example, you are not going to seek a yes no from children, but you would just say, wouldn't you think it would be better if the budget was cut off slightly more? So it's like, you are not seeking a yes or no, but you are laying emphasis in the form of a rhetorical question. So we tend to use such questions in our everyday life, and students must be aware that this is a rhetorical question. It is an emphatic question and they're not supposed to say yes or no or remark on it. So usually it goes without a response, but yes, it makes a mark. The next sort of questions are probing questions. As you probe someone, so the technique is very simple. Whatever question you asked, you are going to further ask why or how. It can be any simple thing. For example, what do you like to do? I like to play cricket. Now, why do you like to play cricket? Now, this is your probing. Or any other thing, what do you do in your spare time? I like to take care of my plants. How do you take care of your plants? Now, this is probing. So, these are quite general ones. As per your subject, you can probe them further using the why or how question tag. The motive of probing questions is just to promote critical thinking among students. The next type of questions are comparison questions. It may sound so simple that you have to compare two things, but no, you have to delve deeper. Here, the student is not only going to understand the context, but also going to analyze it. Then only he or she is in a position to compare. For example, compare and contrast the character of Nadir and Andrew in the story. Just two characters, fictitious characters I have taken. So how they compare the character of both, how do they understand, and then they analyze. So this is the purpose of asking a comparison question. Again, depending upon your subject, you can ask them to compare two things and let them come up with the contrast that are there. It would help promote their analytical thinking. The seventh type is application based questions. Again, very common questions, but the point here is whatever the child is learning, the child is really able to apply it to a more similar situation and know that this is going to be applicable there. So it is also relevant in all the subjects. It depends how you're going to take it. If I talk about literature, for example, say you have shown a particular video to the children showing leadership skills. So you may ask the children that which leadership skills would you need to resolve so and so matter. So maybe you are taking some bit of that video but trying to apply it to a real life situation. Similarly, application based questions are there in every subject. In mathematics, say you are learning about currency, units. So you can ask them about it. You are going to market, you are going to purchase this. You had this much amount of money with you. How much was left? So this is like application of addition or subtraction, whatever you have learnt in mathematics. So similarly, in other subjects, you must ask application based questions once you are thorough with the concept towards the end, so that you can check, you can informally assess the students whether they have understood the concept properly or not. The last type of questions are problem solving questions. Now up till so far, whatever techniques we have learned, we started off from the simple questions, then moved toward the broader questions, reflective questions and application based questions. Now I'm going to talk about problem solving questions. Now here the application of course is there, but then that problem can be hypothetical problem as well, and you need to ask them what would be their strategy to solve that particular problem. So it is more like a holistic learning experience where they are going to combine all that they have learned. So for using problem solving questions, you can use case based studies as well. You can use evidence based learning examples, or you can make groups and ask them to resolve the problem together in the best possible way. So these were 8 types of questioning strategies, and as I said earlier, questions matter because they are very relevant, the way we ask them and what we want to achieve through them. If it is clear to us, of course it would be better clear to children. So all the best, do ask relevant questions, and if you have any questions for me as well, please put it down in the comment box below. Thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed Y2L yet. This is Priya Anda signing off. May God bless you all.